Should be streaming.
Hello everyone and welcome to this stream. We are going to present Bus Simulator 21 today for you here live at Gamescom, so the virtual one. This is Tomasz.
Hello.
He's with us. My name is Julian and I'm gonna be playing and Tomasz is gonna be criticizing my playstyle as usual. So let's make this work. I've loaded up the demo version of the Bus Simulator right now, so please bear in mind this is a super early version, meaning we have still a lot to do, and it's coming out 21 as you might have expected. So yeah, shall we get started?
Yeah, let's get going.
If at all anything is lagging, please let us know. If the sound mix is off, let us know too. Other than that, here we go. I think you notice right away our very first new thing, which is the Alexander Dennis bus. This is the Enviro 200. It's an absolute new brand that we have in the Bus Simulator. I think Tomasz can tell tales on how we debugged and tested and tweaked it, so it's just perfect.
Yes, this bus, since it has only one door, it can make stuff a little trickier for us.
Yes, the AI loves multiple doors, but it's a little bit of a bottleneck, a literal one.
Yeah, but I think we got it under control now, but still a lot of tweaking ahead of us because the release is still some months ago.
Yeah. Other than that, what I really want to point out is the new comeback was only gone for half a second, so hopefully it works better now. Can anybody confirm? Otherwise we just get started. We're now in the US setting, as you can see, and there is quite a traffic jam building up behind us, so let's get cracking. We see our new passengers, all new models. Very cool. We can actually check them out in detail here.
Yeah, let's check some tickets.
Ooh, do you have a ticket, madam? Oh yeah, she has a ticket. Sir, do you have a ticket? Oh, he didn't. So let's check all the tickets. We already made 120 bucks. So, oh, another 120. This is quite rude. I mean, we're here on the demo route. So I'm quite surprised at the audacity, to be honest. So let's switch into first person. Look at this cockpit. I like it a lot. It's the Enviro 200 again. So shall we get driving?
And don't forget to use the indicators.
Yes, the indicator is already on. You can see it down in the dashboard. Ooh, ooh. I was looking at the chat. Why would I do that? Please, Tomasz, you take care of the chat.
Alright, seems to be running fine, probably. It's better now. So
yeah, good. So this is a typical US intersection. So we have the traffic light on the other side of the intersection, which needs a little bit get used to for us Europeans, but I think it's quite cool because you never have to crank your neck up like that, you know, to see the traffic light. So, ooh, come on, go sneeze somewhere else, please. We are in Corona times. So, let's go over here.
And as you mentioned, as we're in US, we also have the laws here. So, if you're standing on a red, you can actually turn right without any consequences, where it is not forbidden. So, that's what you've been asking for, and we delivered.
So yeah, I mean, Tomasz makes a great point here. Of course, the traffic laws are very much tuned to the US here, so you get to experience different and new things that you haven't experienced so far, which I personally like a lot, because I do know how to work the traffic in Europe, but here it's a little bit different, so and that's always interesting. So this was the perfect turn. Thank you very much. So what really gets me all the time is the new visuals. I hope you like them as much as I do. I mean, what do you feel is the difference to Bus Simulator 18?
Definitely the graphics are much better now, and you can even see nice reflections, and having upgraded buildings, and just all the meshes are much better now. And let's not stop there. Look at the buses. They're looking much better now. And there are more features actually in the game that we're planning. And overall, the package is much better, and the visuals are just a cherry on top.
Yes. And I mean, we don't have only upgrades in the visuals and the things you already know, but primarily there is new gameplay. I mean, in this demo, it's not as easy to spot yet because, well, it's a very short demo, so it's just one route, but you will notice we have embraced the open world concept of Bus Simulator 18, which we kinda started there. But now it's way more open, so you have actual timetables that schedule every single one of your routes, every single bus that arrives on those routes. And you can basically stand at a bus stop, look at the time, make sure that the next bus comes, I don't know, in 10 minutes, wait 10 minutes and it will arrive then. So that is pretty amazing. And of course, just go inside and think, whoa, this was bad. This was really my fault.
Yeah, but I mean, it
I
can
didn't
happen.
look. Yeah, well, it shouldn't. I mean,
Yes, you're not a good driver then.
yes, thank you. Nobody else wanted to say it, but yeah, you did.
Yeah, also with the timetables, you have the power to actually edit them, so it's not everything just
Yes.
generated.
So the super cool thing about that is you can drive to a stop that you set up to be intersection, or how is it called? Basically, when you go from one bus to another route. So overlay. You can drive there yourself, stop, get off, go to the other bus, take over the other bus, and henceforth drive the second route.
And if you don't like driving by timetables, you can always drive ahead of them or just out of hours and enjoy the route you created.
So I noticed that it still seems to be lagging on several platforms. On Steam though, it seems to be fluid. So at this point I have not an easy option for us to just change it and make it fluid. I have no idea why it's not fluid, because here OBS tells me all good, no frame drops, nothing at all. So in that sense, please jump over to Steam, go to the Bus Simulator 18 Steam page, and there you will see the stream. So if you experience any lags on YouTube or on Twitch, go over to Steam. Sorry about that, we'll figure it out for the future. Of course, in the test it worked.
As always.
As always.
Everything
So-
works in the testing, and then
Yes, that's like the most common issue. I mean, Tomasz does Dev QA a lot for Bus Simulator 21, not just for that, also for other games, but he's really a bus expert and gets to see all the freshly baked bugs that every programmer and artist puts into the game, and gets to comment on them, or find them actually. See, we're meeting another of our drivers. He is going in the other direction. Again, following a timetable. That's the cool thing. Let's buy this guy a new ticket, one trip ticket, one trick, and so on. And we return a total of 780. Here you go.
math. Yeah, so as Julian said, the QA on the Bus Sim 21, which takes like 70% of my time, I would say.
Yes, easily.
And
It will get worse though.
yeah. But not only that I can see the issues and report them, I can actually see them being resolved, which is the most satisfying thing about the work. You can see that your feedback and opinions matter, and we also read your suggestions
all
wherever
the
you
time
write them.
actually. So by the way, if you have any feedback for us at this very moment, please don't be shy, share it right away. Because, well, as said, we are scouring the Steam forums, we're scouring this Discord and pretty much everywhere just to make sure we are on top of what you guys think, what should be improved and what is important ultimately.
A lot of the features in Basim 21 are actually community suggested.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So now we got the chance to switch over to another bus, the Urban Way 12 meter. I think you should know that one already from Basim 18, right? So let's switch over and check that out. Maybe let's check out the interior a little bit so they can see what Basim 21 makes different, how it looks different and so on. So we are now in the Iveco Urban Way, obviously. And let's get out of the cockpit and check out the interior. I hope you noticed the difference right away to Basim 18. At least that was our intent. Refined materials, more different things in here, more details, way more refined shapes. I mean, look at it. You don't see any edges anymore anywhere. We increased the budget for polygons for every single bus that we have, and of course that requires us to get the performance back on other ends, but ultimately we really wanted the buses to shine and be as amazing as they can be.
In the end, it's really worth it
Yes.
to just upgrade the buses and enjoy how they look.
Look at the new dashboard too. Just want to point that out. I'm gonna open the doors. See, you see it on the dashboard computer right away, also that it's kneeling and so on. So very clear.
Yeah, that's one of the requested features as well. And we have that in Basim 18 only on the modded bus. So we figured out, why not? Let's bring this to the game
I mean,
and make it.
why not? It was a great idea, so let's do it.
Let's make it better.
There has been a question, how big is the map?
Really big compared to Basim 18.
Yeah, it's definitely bigger than Basim 18, and there is the one really huge difference, which is apart from it. Yeah, right, I can go.
We're in America.
We're in America. Right turns at the red traffic light are totally fine.
Sorry for interrupting you.
No,
but
absolutely.
I really needed to.
Yeah, I know this triggers you a little bit. So the question was, how big is the new map? It's bigger, but there is one key difference now, being that it's not just the US, but it's basically one big city. Bus Simulator 18 had the city, then it had the business area over there, then there was some urban stuff in between, and then some countryside, so to say. Here we basically have one big sprawling city, and that's it. So the feeling of driving a city bus and the city line is gonna be so much more there on top of what you already experience in Basim 18.
One of the questions is if the red barriers are here only for demo. Of course.
Of course.
In the real game, there are not going to be any red borders in the city itself.
Yes, only at the highways that lead to the city, because obviously you shouldn't drive off the map, and those are there. But the city itself is absolutely open world. You can actually drive around without having a route if you want to. You can walk around however you like. We call it the free roaming, and you can do whenever you want. All the while, in the background, it continues having the simulation going with all the timetables and whatnot, real time, day-night cycle. So every hour you spend in the game is 1 hour in real life. So you see the sun moving, you see a smooth transition into the night, and all that jazz. Of course, also smooth weather transitions. Everything is now entirely simulated in real time.
That pretty much answers a good question. If it will have a real weather,
Yes.
pretty much the simulation is here. it's not like it has real data from the internet, so like in that city, in that moment, but you can see the cycle and just the weather changes from time to time. You're driving in a sunny side, and
it
then
starts slightly to have some rain droplets here and there, and then it increases in strength. The sky is covered more and more, and at some point you're in a full-on weather storm.
The next question is, what's with the next-gen consoles? We're definitely
We
trying to.
what did I do? I was okay. There was a pedestrian.
And
I
you
saw
had
it.
red lights. So
Yes,
like,
that too, and I had
let's
harsh
jump.
braking. So yeah, it wasn't the shiniest of my moments in my bus driving career. But in any case, for the next gen console, at this point we cannot say much, because there is still news pending from Sony and Microsoft how everything is going to play out in the future.
But we really would like to.
Yes, obviously.
And another question, is there going to be a multiplayer?
Yes,
Definitely.
of course.
You can play as in Bus Sim 18 with your friends on the big map.
Yes. Actually, not just the new map is gonna be part of the bus simulator, but since we already have Seaside Valley from Bus Simulator 18, we brought it over to Bus Sim 21, so you can actually choose which maps you wanna play on. The U map or the new Bus Simulator 21 US map. So the old map is gonna be upgraded even, so it has the new mission system, the timetables, everything in there. So yeah, hopefully you get to try it out. So I would say we give it another spin, but maybe let's explore on foot a little bit.
Yep, definitely. Even though the demo area is limited, there's still a lot of things to see on foot.
Yes.
And I think it's going to be amazing to see.
I mean, this whole demo area, I mean, I'm not gonna share too much about the city yet, but let's just say this is one small sector of the entire map. All the things you just saw in the demo area. So, let's get off then. So let me just point you to some of the staggering detail that our art team put into the game, like in the porch plants, the trash bins, the very typical ones, right? Hydro ones, the bikes. Somebody was having a little bit of a party here yesterday evening and somehow left that still outside. The new NPCs, like the characters roaming the streets, of course they will get more numerous still. Right now we have mostly young people here, but of course there will be more variety in the future. So the typical pickup trucks, obviously. Then we are here in a US inspired map, and we're a little bit in the south, so we have nice palm trees, you know, very sunny weather, very warm and welcoming. So let's cross real quick. Ooh, there's a suit. So here we are in a suburban area. It's basically the rim of the city, where everything has a little bit of a yard, every building. The buildings are not too tall. You can look inside a little bit, you know, into the buildings. And generally a very, let's say, peaceful environment. Lots of traffic, and especially since we just blocked everything with the bus. So let's move out of the way and get off our sightseeing tour a little bit further down the road, literally. So
one of the questions, will there be Easter eggs? Is there even a game without Easter eggs? Is that possible?
I think it's possible if people don't have the will for it, I guess. But I would be surprised if there was no Easter eggs. So that would actually in itself be an Easter egg. Kind of.
No, definitely there are Easter eggs already in the game. And
Yes.
we're planning a lot more.
So the other question is, do I need a new hardware to play it compared to Basim 18? Let's say at this point the final hardware specifications aren't clear yet, but we are still going to release on consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. Therefore, the similar hardware is going to be required as for Bus Simulator 18. That was the goal from the get-go. We just need to optimize more since the fidelity of the graphics went up, but that is something we take care of. So somebody noted that the pedestrians look so much better. I'm glad you agree. We put a lot of effort into those as well. Next thing that still needs to be improved is the animations overall, like when boarding and whatnot. So this will all be further improved still, even though it's already better looking now than in Basim 18.
As well as
Whoa,
new pedestrian types
Yes.
that are not in yet.
I mean, let me just drive over here somewhere.
If you park on the sidewalk.
Yeah,
it should
I'll
look
park
okay.
on the sidewalk. Actually, we should be able to even... No, we cannot enter the depot, right?
Nope, it's blocked out.
So I'll park it here. I don't know if people will be able to pass. No,
Doesn't seem so.
So,
This is
good.
fine.
So, let's check out the area, I would say. So, one thing you probably haven't seen ever before. So, first off, the skyline. I still do love the skyline. We have a nice little downtown, or actually, it's not that little, is it?
Yeah, it's pretty big actually
Yeah.
in the end.
So, yeah, we have downtown, so you have a nice skyline to look at. And this is gonna be, I mean, I'm not spoiling too much at this point, but it's going to be a big transit station. I'm not saying much more. I like the building a lot, so maybe you get to check it out once you have the chance. Here we're still at the edge of the suburban district, and we're now moving a little bit further ahead into more the residential areas. So there have been more questions. What questions are we looking at? Does the bus need fueling up? Can you wash the bus? No, be surprised. I don't know. Not confirming nor denying anything.
I think the next cool stop would be somewhere around the bus stop.
Yes,
Show out the vegetation.
Yes, that is pretty cool. Like the riverbed is something I really much enjoy. So let's get off. So, for instance, look at this beautiful scene. Skyline in the background is almost like the Central Park feeling. And here we're entering the residential area with the nice big town's hall over here, and the very typical architecture from San Francisco. In this case, with those buildings over here and a nice park and small river over here as the connecting piece to the suburban. Oh, he's waiting for a ticket. I mean, sorry, sir, I kind of forgot about you.
But I mean, the bus isn't going anywhere without
True,
you,
it's not like we leave and he's gonna be stranded. But we should start checking tickets. I mean, he just got a ticket. So let's go with this one, this one, this one. Hello, dear sir. Okay,
Oh.
you of course didn't have a ticket. How about the suit man? Okay, he has a ticket. Okay. He also has a ticket. Then we're good. And let's go. I think there are more questions. How many people can we drive in multiplayer? So basically, how many players at the same time will there be in multiplayer? So definitely 4. We're currently looking into if we can increase that. Oh. People, be careful. I'm a very dangerous person. Okay, it's red. It's red. No, no, please don't hit me.
You should be fine.
Yeah, I
Can get a
jumped a red light. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So another question.
Oh, fortunately he ran. That's actually another improvement that we made. We improved the amount of pedestrians obviously available. I hope you saw that right away. But we also improved how they react to the player, and they try to get out of the way a lot more, especially when they're crossing the street or something, you know, and then you arrive with the bus, they speed up, you know, sometimes they run even. So ultimately trying to be more realistic. I mean, if a big ass bus comes towards you, you kinda don't want to stand there.
It also depends on the speed of your travel.
Yeah.
So if you're traveling really slow, then they're not that scared.
Yeah, obviously.
Maybe they see you behind the wheel.
Yeah, probably that's the issue. I mean, that's been my issue all my life, but you know, that's another story for another time.
So yeah, another question was if we can create custom liveries on consoles. You can customize the bus, so that's pretty
Yeah, and
much
you
the
can
same,
customize your character, obviously,
which is
which is also
improved.
yes, quite a bit with the new character models that we have. You also gain more options when customizing your characters. And regarding the livery, we might go the route of Bus Simulator 18 again, which where basically the livery design for you was going to be used by all the other drivers, but that's to be seen. So at least we see when it gets green, even though we don't see it's red at this point.
Yeah, because this intersection is really big.
Yeah.
We had to go.
This is a 5-way intersection. Those are super rare, but we wanted to have a little bit something different in the game, so we put it there, and hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, and imagine looking ahead of you where you need to go.
Yeah.
And just trying to see the light. That wouldn't be possible.
So the pedestrians have a green light at this point. Hopefully it's our turn very soon. We go left. So what brands will be in the game? I mean, at this point we have announced the Alexander Dennis, which is an all new brand for Bus Simulator 21. And you already see that we can have the Iveco of Bus Simulator 18 again. But rest assured, there is a lot more brands coming your way, like a lot. At this point, we will announce them, let's say, once they are confirmed and ready.
But trust me, the number is pretty good. And also the number of the buses is higher than the buses already.
Let's say higher doesn't quite take justice.
Yeah, that's true as well.
So let's lift that in. When will we get UK content? So when, like in what day? Of course, UK is always on our minds, especially with the left side traffic. That would be super interesting to play with. But at this point for now, we're going with the US, our traffic laws, and then let's see what the future holds. Why did you turn around? Did you forget? Is your stove on? I get it. So she needs to go back home, check if the stove is still on.
I mean, probably is.
It very likely is. I mean, she looked very worried there. What about electric buses? Of course. I mean, it's Bus Simulator 21, so electric buses will play a significant role. And rest assured, there will be electric buses among the CNG and diesel buses that you already know from Bus Sim 18. So, is there any other questions?
Are you more likely to encounter buses driving not the same route as you? Yes?
It's not a more likely thing, it's absolutely depending on your timetables.
Yeah.
I mean, if you drive a route that intersects with a lot of other routes, then you're very likely to meet other buses of the other routes. And as said before, all you need to do then is get off, you know, go to the other one. I mean, I'm not sure if it's possible in the demo. It might be possible in the demo.
It might break.
Yep. And it takes over. So you can just go with the other bus and continue on that route. I mean, usually would take over that bus's route. And your old bus is being taken over by one of your drivers as well. Oh, we almost hit another pedestrian. So let's be careful. But I'm just gonna show you how the other bus will continue down the road. See? So this is part, I mean, we will show that off in more detail in the future, absolutely. But this is one of the major things and features, I would even say, in Bus Simulator 21. Of a super dynamic system and super many options on how to drive, how to start drives. Because, again, you can set up the entire timetable, walk to the bus stop and say, well, please, dear bus, I will continue driving you. Oh no, that was the wrong button. This one, and here we go. They need 380. Here you go. Anybody else needs any tickets?
Seems like.
Yes, seems like. Of course you do. What ticket may I get you? A regular ticket? Yeah, coming up right away. You go the entire day. You know it's a demo route, so it's not. We are not in service the entire day, but so be it. We need this. So perfect cashback. That kind of rhymes. Never noticed. Will there be snow in winter? Please remember we are very much in the south. There is no snow here. But there will be dynamic weather transitions, so generally you will experience seamless transitions between the various weathers that are in, from rain to wind and so forth, as well as dynamic day-night cycle, so everything will just change while you drive. So imagine you drive a super long route, 1 or 2 hours or something, there will be multiple changes over the course of that duration. And the beauty of it is you're not even restricted to just drive that one route, right? You can just drive endlessly. I mean, either you drive endlessly on the same route, going round by round by round, or back and forth however often you want. Or you switch at certain bus stops into other routes and continue driving without ever opening up a menu.
Well, you still need to switch the route.
No, what you go? No, you exit the bus, go to the other bus, enter the other bus, and take it over. And there you go without ever opening an UI, which was one of the key things that we wanted to achieve. Whoa, I'm looking at the chat. Yeah, I was really good. When is the approximate release date? Will there be pre-orderable content? The approximate release date is 20,000. No, not 20,000. 2021. I was like, what the heck am I just saying? 2021. When exactly then, I cannot say at this point. We will, of course, have playtests again. So make sure to be following us. This way you're being informed about any upcoming tests. You can head over to the game website, subscribe to the newsletter, or join the Discord. So just be sure that you get our updates to get to know about the playtests. Beyond that, pre-orderable content, we'll see. I don't think anything has been decided on that yet. Would you like to have pre-orderable content?
Next question is about contactless payments inside the buses.
Yes, that's currently a matter of debate, to be very precise. Because the US, let's say, is very much contactless payment driven, like with credit cards and all that tech. So you have very few actual coin registers or anything, right? So at this point we probably will make it a player option, but that's not decided yet. What would you actually prefer? Contactless or with the coin register?
The tomato plants on my windowsill aren't looking so good.
Let us know in the chat.
And you broke it.
Yes, of course I broke it. I mean, the route it was supposed to end here, but since I took over another bus, obviously it couldn't deal with that. But that was kind of on purpose, because now we can drive on forever, and as we are in the US, we can even go during a red light to the red side. Okay.
Into the palm tree.
Yes, that's like. I also like the new steering behavior. I mean, we switched now to even on keyboard to a more realistic steering behavior. Whoa! That came out of the blue. I think it moved there just the last second. Will there be advertising on buses? Of course.
Definitely.
Of course.
Also even advertising in the buses.
Yes, absolutely true. Okay, there it's walled off as well. Can we pass with the character?
Nope.
I would be highly surprised, but probably
It's
not. Yeah.
really well tested.
Okay.
And everything is blocked.
I mean, you have to say this is a point of pride at this point for Tomasz, since he is the one having tested it. So yeah, so maybe we can grab one of the other buses moving about in the city and drive with it.
Another question, can you control the radio on the bus? Definitely.
Yes, of course.
That's the same as in bus sim 18.
Yes.
You can listen while you drive.
Yeah.
Not
also,
saying that you should.
I mean, that's up to you, however you like. You can also put in your own internet streams, like in the most recent updates for Bus Simulator 18. So generally, Bus Simulator 21 is basically expanding on any concept that you encounter in Bus Simulator 18, making it better, higher visual fidelity, more gameplay options, more of everything pretty much, even including the Bus Simulator 18 map that's going to be upgraded as well. So generally it's definitely superior, hopefully, in all affections. Also, please have a close look at Spring of Affection, the successor to Winter of Passion, that you know in Bus Simulator 18 everybody was hot about the Winter of Passion. Now we're in Spring of Affection.
And if I may ask you, go actually the opposite way.
Yes, of course.
And look at this beautiful billboard, which is kind of work of our community.
Triple decker.
We were joking about having a decker in the game as a chocolate bar, so why not?
Every bite a joyride. So we even come up with this funny stuff. American insurance.
You will need that.
Expert support is important. If something happens to you, your bus, we are here for you. That's very important advice there. More questions. Are there new random passenger events? Of course there are. We have more and of course expanded on what we already had from, or what you already know from Bus Sim 18. Some were even replaced because we felt we can do better.
Will there be area bus stops or regional bus terminals with multiple platforms? Well, one example is right here.
Yes.
The central station.
The central station is definitely the biggest transit station, has multiple platforms for you to choose amongst and approach. So that's definitely one of the key ones.
Another questions. Will there be more missions in Bus Sim 21 than Bus Sim 18?
Absolutely. Like, absolutely.
Yeah. I have spent almost like a day just going through them to make sure that they work.
Yeah, and that was with heavy cheating.
Yeah.
And everything. So yeah, the playtime will be expanded quite substantially over Bus Simulator 18. So can we somehow get a bus back?
Probably by restarting at this point, I would say.
So do I need to kill it and load it up again?
Yeah, I think that the AI bus is just somewhere.
Okay, maybe it
else.
wasn't such a good idea after all to take over the other bus. Okay, point taken. Can we show the map? Not at this point yet. It's not finalized, so we wouldn't want to show something off yet. But I'm sure we will be sharing it as soon as it's ready.
Yeah, this is pretty much the first gameplay.
But what I can tell you so far is that the map definitely includes a nice big bay area. So yeah, there is some very many districts in there. I mean, you saw already quite some here from Chinatown that you saw. You saw a little bit of downtown, you saw suburbia and some residential areas. There is a lot more where that came from. So we really try to push as much as possible the variety within the city. So I'm gonna restart the game and we are going to take some more questions.
One of the questions, are you going to have dollars in the game?
Nope. It's a special currency because, well, because everyone should feel like it's not something very specific. Will there be a sandbox mode again? Yes, there will be. No worries. We're not going to omit that any longer at any point in time.
It was well requested for Bus Sim 18. So
yes, it was requested and of course we keep it. Why? So, any more questions, anybody?
I think you need to click in the game.
So it's loading up. Again, this is a very early demo version of the game, so there is still a lot of things that are bound to change. I mean, I'm well aware that, for instance, the LED panel in front of the bus has currently no font on it, no symbols there, so obviously that's going to change. Also several other things, but we still wanted to show something off to you guys at Gamescom because that's almost kind of a tradition nowadays. Is there airports, malls, etc.? There are several points of interest in the city. Airport is, at least in this city, not part of, but you get it with the Bus Simulator 18 map, like Seaside Valley. But it's very untypical for the US cities that we looked at as inspiration to have an airport that close to the city. So yeah, we don't have one in this one.
Another question is, what about the bus dealerships?
Well,
You'll see.
You hit the nail on the head. There is a lot of improvements around all the things like bus depots, bus dealership, paint shops, and so on. They all have physical representations in a map. And let's say you can even go to a dealership, check out the buses there, you know, that are on sale, check them out, drive them. You can even test drive around the dealership, you know, before you commit on buying it. And then once you said, okay, this is it, this is going to be my next bus, you go to the exit, pay for it, and then you have it. So it's very immersive. We really pushed for having an experience in Bus Simulator that you can immerse yourself in. So as little UI as you want to have, you can have. Of course, the route management still requires you to interact with the UI, but once that's set up, so to say, you can drive indefinitely, get new buses, paint shops, and so on, without ever opening the menu. So it's seamless. Okay, we are currently getting strong lags on all channels, it seems. Sorry about that. Probably the loading up is hogging all the resources. Should be back pretty soon.
In that time, if you have any more questions, feel free to just ask. We can answer them.
So I hope you guys see us still. Okay, it seems we're slightly back. I hope again you see us. If you have any questions, let us know. Is there wheel and shifter support? Absolutely. We expanded even on the support of different hardware peripherals over Bus Simulator 18, and Tomasz gets the privilege to test them all.
Yeah. We have here a little cool, I would say, area with a lot of wheels.
A lot of wheels. And, yeah.
Excuse me. So yeah, you can try out anything here in the office. Just enjoy different hardware and see how the game plays.
So obviously the loading time is going to be improved. Again, super early builds, yeah, the loading isn't great at this point.
It's better on SSD, but still takes some time. But I think we're getting close.
Yeah, we are done. Finally. Yeah. Come on, we're back in action. Back in the Enviro 200, the new Alexander Dennis bus. Can we set the weather too? Since it's a simulation, no. You can jump ahead in time.
But since you jump ahead,
you can jump ahead in time and therefore have control over the day-night situation, right? You can say, okay, I want to drive in the morning, I want to drive in the evening, however you like. And what weather is going to be there, that's dependent on the meteorology. How is it pronounced? I don't know.
Somewhere around that.
Somewhere around that. That's reassuring.
Our question is, can you put a computer to the bus stations? Which
Sorry?
is for the time of the lines, how many time they need to come to the station. So I think that's pretty much the timetable.
The
setting.
timetable, yeah, but I think they were asking whether or not we have displays
Oh,
showing
yeah.
so many minutes and whatnot. We have been thinking about that. The very first test we did, it was super tiny, you know. So, you know, just hovered a little bit of text there. But again, super, super tiny. So it was barely readable. So we still need to think about a way how to make that better. As if you have to walk up to it, well, I kinda took the pole with me. Come on, run away, run away. Let me pass.
So, are there gonna be articulated buses?
Of
Yes.
course. So everything that is in Basim 18 is also in Basim 21 in the sense that articulated buses, CNG buses, diesel buses, and more.
And of course, since we're in the USA,
Nice to be on
we
time.
will have US buses.
Yes, but not more will be shared on that because again, the actual license holders still need to be confirmed and we will announce it in due time. Oh, he's sneezing. I am going away. A passenger is listening to really loud music. I think you know that event, don't you? So let's see if we can find him. Who might it be?
The only one in the bus, and he makes the
Okay,
noise.
he makes all the noise. I mean, honestly, at this point, we could have just let him have his fun, right?
Yeah, enjoyed the music as well. But
Yeah.
it really depends on what he was listening to.
Yeah, maybe we just don't like this style of music.
Yeah.
So that seems almost, yeah.
Is it possible to sit down as a passenger in bus instead of just standing?
I'm not gonna promise it at this point, but I hope we get that instead. It was definitely heard when that feedback was brought up in Basim 18, so we would want it to be there. So,
You missed him.
yeah. Oh, I almost missed him
And
too.
I jinxed it.
Yes,
Sorry.
that's what you did. So let's drive up to this and open the door. I was tempted to say doors, but you know,
Yeah.
not really. If you have any more questions, please feel free to ask. We're almost at the end of this demo stream, so I hope you enjoyed it, and please let us know in the comments what you like most about Bus Simulator 21 and what you would love to see in Bus Simulator 21. So we are going left here. Check the indicator lights. Oh, I was prepared for a longer waiting time here because this is the big intersection. There it usually takes a bit. Ooh, there you see the skyline on the other side of the Bay Area.
The environment is just so cool. There is a variety of stuff compared to Boston 18. And I think we can say that the city is more lively
Yes.
and just better looking overall, with more details and tiny little stuff that you might not notice, but it's definitely there.
Yeah, once you start exploring, you definitely notice.
Another question is if we are gonna put coaches in the game, so the long distance buses.
At this point, this is all one big city, so it doesn't make sense. But let's say it's on our long-term wish list.
Again, it highly depends on licenses and other stuff.
Not
as
just
well.
that, but again, if we have one huge city, what's the point of coaches? Can you control Wi-Fi?
I think he meant Wi-Fi.
Wi-Fi, yeah. Wi-Fi and air fan on the bus. Wi-Fi in city buses? Yeah, I mean, it's sometimes there, true. Not at this point, because right now we strive for having everything that you can control have some impact. I mean, even the radio you can hear or you can't. But the Wi-Fi on or off, what would be a good consequence of that?
Oh, there could be only just passengers complaining, but then it's not like direct driver
Yeah.
feedback, so it doesn't really impact. And even if you go to a bus, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah, ultimately, I'm more a fan of using time like that instead for more, for instance, passenger events or stuff that really augments the gameplay. Is there more updates for Bus Sim 18, like more DLCs? The Bus Sim 18 roadmap has been shared, I think,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So you can check it out publicly and see exactly what still is planned. Sorry again about the connection not being great. I will try to find out what was going amiss and next time fix it. But for this time, I would say, yeah, sorry about that. This was the best we could do in this ad hoc solution finding session. So I would say we're at the end of the stream. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. There is multiple ways to get in touch with us. Check out the website, check out the Discord. You will be notified if you're in the newsletter, in Discord or wherever about any upcoming playtests. So make sure you join in there so you can give feedback and let us know what you think about the various